Hey everyone, welcome to the Anime Kingdom discussion and review. This one is on episode 12, the supposedly final episode of this season. This season is pretty much being split into two cores, as they're called, and pretty much, like, it literally came out of nowhere. It's kind of weird how they would do that. I literally thought it was going to be a continuous 24 episode season, but they're splitting it, and the second half of this is going to be coming to us in January of next year. So it's interesting. Kind of disappointing, to be honest, only because I didn't know about this till, like, literally just, I think I found out like yesterday, and I was like, what, really, what the heck, and pretty much, like, the way they ended this, it's not that good, to be honest. Like, it was kind of a episode. It was still good, obviously. Like, it showed off, like having a cliffhanger of some big event happening. But this episode was pretty much just, like, I can summarize it pretty easily in the fact that it was the dark elf Yao going around trying to get help. None of the green people, as she calls Japanese, can understand her, really speak much of her language. So there's a language barrier pretty much going on, and she keeps trying to, like, people trying to mug her and stuff, and until, like, a certain point she gets pulled in because they thought she was mugging people. Lele pretty much translating everything and all this kind of stuff, and then they tried to ask for help, to which the general said no. And it's understandable, to be honest. It is a different country. If they go in there, it is war, and they can't send just a small force. Like, some of the guys were thinking, we can't just let this go, right? We gotta help. But you can't send a small force because the dragon is literally a flying tank, as they say. And they would need a whole, like, they barely were able to take an arm off with what they had. But pretty much the big part of this episode is Itami. When Itami goes out to meet up with Pina, it was really funny and cute to see Pina getting so happy over her BL books that they got and stuff. And looks like Bose and the rest of her knights are, like, translating a bunch of them. It's pretty, like, what the heck. There may also be, like, spies from both sides. Looks like there's a spy or, like, a secret agent from somewhere in Japan, by the looks of it. That's what the butler was. And it also looks like, from the discussion, one of the maid girls or whatever, looks like she's like, I gotta learn Japanese, and that guy was like, hey, blah blah blah, I'm trying to keep this job too, but if it messes up, I'll give them your name. So it might be that she's feeding intel to someone on the outside. I'm not too sure yet. That's another thing that might be happening. But the big thing was Itami. Yao and everyone talking about Itami would do it. What would Itami do? All this kind of stuff. And it pretty much gives her hope, like, towards the end, because she feels so depressed, thinking of, like, she's gonna seduce or use money to bribe these people, which is not gonna work. I thought she was gonna do that, like right in front of the general, and I was gonna laugh, but of course that didn't happen. And looks like in Pina's book, it actually shows, like, a clipping of the news from Itami being, like, the hero of the person who saved them from the empire, person who did this. He killed, helped the dragon, fought with them in Italica, and it's like, they're like, man, Itami's really something, man. He's crazy, and it's like Itami, obviously it's showing off, he is the main character, he is the important one. It's showing his role is obviously how big it is and how important everyone is thinking. Even his superiors are thinking, like, maybe Itami might do it. And, like, looks like that's probably going to be what's going to happen in the first episodes of the second half. It's going to be Itami coming back, Yao asking for help, him and his small group, his battalion, probably going to go out to fight that red dragon. And yeah, that's pretty much probably what's going to happen. Like, overall, that was what the episode was. It was an episode. It didn't really spark any, like, oh my gosh, this is crazy stuff happening. It was a nice, good episode, but nothing, like, I feel like they should have went better with, like, this is obviously was, like, last minute, like, oh gosh, we can't do it, we gotta split this in half kind of thing. And they just, I guess we'll just leave it at this episode, which it It left for a cliffhanger for the, you know, like make you really want to see the second half, but wasn't really that good of an episode. That's what I think, to be honest. I don't know if you have a different opinion, but yeah, that's what I think. Now for the overall, since this is the last episode of this season, I guess, because it's probably going to be, it is split. So my review of this is pretty much, honestly, one of the best animes of this season. That's what I think, my opinion. Like, seriously, I really enjoyed it. Like, literally episode after episode is getting better and better and better and better. And, like, there is some, episodes, but they were all still really good and nice towards what is going to go on in the next one. Like, this feels like it would be good if there was another episode coming out next week, this episode. And that's why I'm kind of like, oh, man. I was hoping for a really good episode. I got this, which is still a good episode, but it makes you want the next episode. And now you're going to have to wait like months till January for the next, episode. So that kind of sucks. But overall, it was really good. I like the animation style. I like the story of this. Like I said before, I love these kind of things where it's like our world going into a fantasy kind of world kind of thing like this. Like, it's really interesting. Like, not like where you go into it like Sword Art Online or something. It's like our military and our power, technology and everything going into this world, like, say in the past, but of course they have like dragons and monsters and stuff. So it's pretty dang interesting. That's what I really liked. The animation was good. The story was good. Characters were good. I like the characters and all of the character development that went through this episode and this season and everything. And overall, it was just a really good experience. Like, honestly, I really do think it's one of the best animes of the season from what I've seen so far. And honestly, man, I'm just really disappointed that it's split like this. Like, maybe if I knew this before and this episode was done better, then I would have been like, yeah, hell yeah, that's still good. But it's kind of disappointing finding out just a day before, and then all of a sudden it's just an episode, That's how I feel and everything. But yeah, that's all I really got to say about this episode and the season overall. If I had to give the season a review out of 10, I would definitely give it an 8 out of 10. It's a really good anime, and I would definitely suggest it to anyone. Like, if someone wanted like some type of fantasy kind of thing, then you got that. If you want some modern in there too, you got that. And it's like the perfect of both worlds, a modern fantasy kind of thing. But yeah, overall it was good. Okay episode, good season though, and honestly I can't wait for January. I wish January would come sooner now that we have to wait that long, man. Like, wish it was next week. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this Anime Kingdom discussion and review. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below. If there's anything I missed and you want to talk about, comment below as well. And till next time, guys, see ya.